Pull up the curtains.
Turn on the lights.
It's gonna have glamour.
Shining bright.
This is the show.
The very best kind.
Is everybody feeling fine? There ain't no business like show business, baby.
Show
It is showtime. We're
and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a good time. Each and every one.
Nominated for Tangled.
Thank you.
The story it's a story that people are a little familiar with, but you've enhanced it with a little bit of a modern twist.
We wanted to make a modern story, but not make it topical.
It's so nice to know that we can affect someone on an emotional level, and far more than a kind of superficial film could. You know, it's just really an honor to do that.
There's a whole team of riggers and modelers and technicians who are helping to create these creatures, these characters, these breathing beings. That's what I love about what I do. I produce. So they're like superheroes to me, and what they're able to do is pretty phenomenal.
We put so much effort into building the rig, like the digital puppet, so they can do whatever you want. You can do whatever the animators want, but it's sometime around 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through the show, you'll be in some meeting and you realize just how alive, just some throwaway scene or just some random shot would just be start talking about that character as if it's a real person. And I think there's some dialogue scenes that are really kind of quiet when they're just sitting on the log talking in front of the fire, that they feel very rich and detailed like real people. I think that scene for me is something I'm really proud of, the kind of natural flow that it has, and the appeal of the characters. So yeah, I'm proud of that.
I think the hallmark of the film is the fact that we made it contemporary but not topical.
The Minion in Megamind.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about developing the concept and coming up with the look for that character.
So there's a lot of R&D, a lot of research, a lot of just sketches that float around, and then when the director finds a design that suits the story, that's a design that he goes for, something that he can use in the story. Because in the end of the day, it's a story that makes people laugh and cry.
What were some of the things in combining a fish and that body? What were some of the complications of developing that sort of skeleton structure?
Well, one of them was the fact that it was in a glass kind of fishbowl, so it had to look kind of realistic in that way. And he had to be able to live in a scene where he was kind of distant from the camera. We had to be careful that the fish himself wasn't so small that you couldn't really see him act. So the staging was a big deal. You had to make sure that he was on camera at the right size. I mean, all our characters in some sense are humans. We may rig them as different kinds of animals or space creatures, but really they're all people, and they're all stories about people. Sometimes we just make the people look different for dramatic effect or to tell the story. But he's very cool. He's a very cool character and fun character to work on.
Yeah,
it's an animator's dream.
With Iron Man, what were some of the challenges with putting together this movie compared to the last one?
Keep everything that was good about the first movie, but add to it. So we also had a situation where the director now had a lot of faith in the visual effects and demanded more and kind of knew what he could get away with. So it meant that we was stretched a bit more.
Do you have a favorite element, perhaps either the suit or piece of armor?
Yeah, I really love War Machine, and when War Machine comes up and they reveal him for the first time, and Justin Hammer, Sam Rockwell's character says, here it is. And I don't know, I love that bit. He's, he started life as a practical suit, but in the end he became completely CG in the film. So we had a lot of flexibility and freedom with what we could do. And there were some really great designs that Ryan Mungerling at Marvel had done, but a lot of the weaponry, the specifics, we could play with and work out back at Industrial Light and Magic where we did the effects. So there was a lot of creative freedom with that. And really it comes down to, love of comic books, and then, people would be trawling the military websites to see what the newest weapons were. I mean, but it just it allowed you to explore and play, and we'd show Jon Favreau a variety of ideas, and then we say, oh, I like that, and let's use a little bit of this. And so, yeah, it was a good part of the process.